Oh my God. What the? Hello, and welcome back to Duality. If you are new here, there's already a couple of episodes that's already been uploaded. And if this your first blah blah, if this is your first time seeing me play Duality, I've already played a couple of episodes before this. Please go check those out. They were very interesting. I enjoyed them. I hope you enjoyed them too. And if you're new here, it would mean the world to me if you consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. And with all that being said, let's get started. Somebody also made like a weird joke saying like, oh, if you say subscribe, the subscribe button jumps. So y'all let me know in the comment section if it's jumping, okay? Here we go. A week goes by. Every once in a while, when you're alone at home, you think you hear strange sounds again, like cockroaches. They appear only to die out and then reappear another night. Okay, so my first thought was that it's gonna sound so stupid, but my first thought was to think that it was Tenebris. I couldn't think of his name. Tenebris or Keith, one of them, like sneaking up in our apartment or trying to like get in our apartment in some way. And by the way, what is that thing on the wall? It looks like an eyeball. Okay, all right. They're always quiet, hushed. You can never tell for certain whether you're imagining things. It worries you. Are you losing your mind? You try to ignore them most of the time and blame it on the fact that your life has recently taken a turn for the unusual. You hadn't had time to see the florist and the fae possessing his body again. I mean, then I can understand if Tenebris is breaking into our house. But the three of you still spoke through messages a few times throughout the week, and whenever you spotted Keith in the shop on your way to work, you would wave, and he'd wave back. Eventually, Keith got you to agree to meeting up again. He suggested a little restaurant where you two can get lunch together. You agree because you want to go on a date with Keith. You agree because you're hoping to see Tenebris again. Look, judge me all you want. While Keith is a cutie pie, I want to see Tenebris again. Tenebris is so cute. You're currently getting ready for said outing and wondering what to wear. A dress, make sure you look nice, dress the way you always do. Make sure you look nice. You pick one of your best outfits. Make sure your hair looks good and add an accessory or two. Oh, look at Keith. Hi, Keith. Again, I do think that Keith is a cutie pie, but I am kind of into, and Keith kind of has this a little bit as well. It's just not a lot as like Tenebris. I like dark and mysterious. Like I want some mystery behind you. Excuse me. I want some mystery behind you, so I could be like, what is he thinking? What is he doing? Oh, I want to know everything about him. I want you to pique my curiosity, but also make me laugh too at the same time. The doorbell rings no sooner and no later than the time you agreed on. And when you opened it, Keith greets you with a big smile on his face and a pink rose in hand. Hello, Voyia. Hi, you're punctual. Of course, I wouldn't want to make you wait or rush you. And this is for you. He held out the rose to you. Oh, thank him. Tell him you don't like it. No, just thank him, silly. Just because we like Tenebris more doesn't mean we got to be mean to Keith. Thank you. It's lovely. You take it and bring it to your face to take in the perfume. I'll put it in a vase and then we can go. It'll only take a minute. He nods. Once that's done, you lock the door and make your way out of the building, Keith at your side. The bus station isn't far. He makes small talk on the way. Oh, isn't that sweet? I don't excuse me. I don't personally like small talk. Just because I'm a weirdo, okay? I have a lot of anxiety. I think that if you're doing small talk with me, it's because you don't want to talk to me. That's what I be thinking. But in my head, that's just how I work. But also, I overthink everything. So, yeah. You date me, that's what you're getting. It's all going fine until you get on the bus and notice he keeps glancing at something behind you from time to time with his slightly irritated expression. You turn your head, but find nothing out of the ordinary other than people on the bus. Is something the matter? Someone kept, no, it's nothing. Are you sure? Yeah, don't worry about it. You shrug it off in the end. I mean, should we? Are you sure we shouldn't worry about this? Is he being followed? Is it, oh no. Is it that one guy from our job? What was his name? Jonathan, Josh, Jacob? It's something with a J, wasn't it? I want to say Jacob, but I think I'm wrong. The restaurant is not what you expected. There's so many plants and pots on the table, climbing the walls and adoring windowsills. You think the building's doubled as as a botanical garden. Yes, man. I mean, of course, a florist would take us to a place like this. There are physios, small lemon trees, countless colorful orchids, philodendras, lilies, and in the corner, you spot an impressive wisteria bonsai tree. Okay. Of course, a florist would take us here. Keith picks a table by one of the windows next to the row of orchids. You're compelled to pause and admire their bright colors before sitting down. A waitress comes by and set down 2 menus. You pick up yours and begin to scan the options. There are plenty of dishes you're familiar with, but also a few you've never tried before. Try something new, stick with what you're used to. Let's try something new. We're out on a date. So it's not a good thing to try something new on a date just because you might be allergic to something you don't realize that you're allergic to. So it's not a good idea. However, we're with Keith and Tenebris, and I highly doubt that we're going to be allergic to something. So let's try something new. Getting something new wouldn't hurt. Maybe you'll discover your new favorite dish. Found anything you like? The food here is both good and affordable. It's hard to believe with how beautiful the interior is as well. I think I did. And you're right, it's kind of impressive. How did you find it? Tenebris did. He sometimes wanders the street in the evenings and finds all kind of interesting little places. The waitress returns and takes your order. You tell her yours. Keith gets pork with roasted potatoes. He didn't strike me as a pork and roasted potato type of person. He struck me more as like a chicken with a little broccoli on the side type of thing and some roasted potatoes type of thing instead of the pork. But okay, I mean, cool. You can't help but notice the waitress is a little extra cheerful while speaking to Keith. She even compliments his choice of food. You try not to dwell on it and tell yourself that it could be because he's a regular, especially if it's him and Tenebris that comes here all the time. Of course, she would be into Keith. I mean, you could have him, honey. Just give me Tenebris. When he turns to the Tenebris, bring him back to me. Oh, goodness. Y'all came here for this, okay? Y'all know what y'all was getting into. The moment y'all told me to play this game, y'all knew what y'all was getting into. Oh, how's the plant going, by the way? You think of the plant in your living room. For some reason, it sends shivers down your spine. The odd sounds you've been hearing come to mind. You push them away and focus on the question. It's doing well, actually. Your instructions did help a lot. I also did a bit of research of my own. That's great to hear. You can always ask me again if you run into any problems. Did you give it a name? A name? Yes. I name all my plants, though I suppose not everyone does that. Maybe I should give it a name. Oh, maybe I should give it a name then. What are some of yours called? He perks up cheerfully. My prayer plant is called Demetrius. I named that one. And my white orchid is called Cream Puff. Tenebris named that one. Huh, you snicker. Oh, he does like sugar. I was going to say, why would he name it Cream Puff? That doesn't sound like something Tenebris. Ouch. That hurt. Ouchie, ouchie, ouchie. I hit my finger. That doesn't sound like something Tenebris would have named it. But I forgot he does love sugar. He loves sweets. You snicker. He named a plant Cream Puff. Maybe I should ask him to name mine too. I can ask him right now. You can talk to him when he's not out? I can. And he can hear my thoughts in return. What does he think then about my plant? He says you should name it Sherbert. You let out another snicker. Sherbert it is then. Silence falls between the two of you for a little while. Okay, listen, I hate to do this to you, Keith, but can we talk to Tenebris, please? Talk to him? As in, you want us to switch? Yes. Oh, have I been boring you that badly? I only agreed to come here because I was hoping to see him. It hasn't been bad. I just want to say hi and see him for a minute. He looks down. Yeah, I'm not that mean. Like, yeah, you're boring. I kind of want Tenebris. But if I like somebody, I'm not going to not show that I don't like that. Of course I like that person. He looks down, thinking it over, as a small frown forms on his face. Sorry, but it'll have to wait until later. I want it to be just us for a bit longer. And I also want to talk to you about something. I'd rather Tenebris didn't interfere. What is it? I know this situation is strange and uncertain. The whole thing with me and Tenebris. If you're wary and worried, you don't have to stick around. It's not too late. You can still back out now that you know what Tenebris is. You can leave us forever and nothing unpleasant will happen. We will bother you again. Oh no, this sounds more like it's Keith and Tenebris' thoughts. That makes me worry. Because if they're both feeling the same way, that means that I wasn't doing my duty into letting them know that I like them both. I just like Tenebris more. He's right, it's not worth the risk. You're not going to back out. Of course I'm not going nowhere. No, I can handle it. I've decided I want to get to know you. Keith doesn't look as certain as you. Are you sure? I am. Oh my god, this car. Give me a second, y'all. Let the car pass by. Okay, I think he's gone. He sighs and runs his hand through his hair. Despite this, he's fighting back a smile. It's quite selfish of me that I was hoping you'd say that. I suppose I'll have no choice but to make sure you don't get hurt. Thank you. I can handle myself. We could be so mean in here. I can't wait to get the rest of the ending so I can see what these other ones say. Thank you. I should be the one saying that. Thank you for trusting and believing in us. Even though you barely know us, we'll try our best to become deserving of it. You smile at his resolve. You change back to a more carefree topic for a while. Until the food arrives, you both fall back into silence for some time as you dig in. The food was all right. You enjoyed what you ordered. You shouldn't have tried to experiment. You enjoyed what you ordered. You know, regardless if it wasn't like the best thing that you possibly had, don't be rude and be like, it was nasty. Keith was right when he said the food here is good. You're very happy with your order. He looks like he's enjoying his food as well, or at least you think so. He's looking at you more than he's looking at the food on his plate. At one point, in between bites, Keith leans against his palms and glances at the orchids by the window. Did you know that green orchids are seen as a symbol of good fortune? I didn't. You follow his gaze to the green orchids he's admiring. Do you know a lot about flower symbolism? I suppose you did since you worked in a flower shop. I worked in a flower shop because I love plants, though. I've always found their language fascinating. What about the pink rose? What does it symbolize? Genuinely, they can mean joy, gratitude, admiration. Okay. What a great pick. So I've always like, I always get like a lot of people when they're doing like a romantic thing, they give like red roses. But I think we should be thinking about the symbolism of the flower that we give to people. Because like you, of course, you would go on a date with somebody and you hand them like a red rose. But that's a symbol of romance and stuff. And people could potentially be like, that's too far. We're not in the romance phase. We're just in the getting to know it phase. So, just showing gratitude that the person going on a date with you, showing joy that you're happy that you're going on a date, and admiration for, and admiring them and stuff. Like, it's just, I think a pink rose would be better for a first date. Just, it's just to, not symbolize that you're wanting to take steps to getting to know them more instead of it. Just maybe I'm overthinking it. Y'all let me know, guys, my fellows. Don't that sound like a better idea, getting a pink rose instead of a red rose for a first date? That's just me though. And ladies, y'all let the guys know in the comment section too. Is it better to get the pink rose or the red rose? They can be romantic, but in a gentler way, not as intense as a red rose. See? As y'all see, excuse me, I'm sorry, I'm losing my voice a little bit. But a single pink rose without thorns can also mean love at first sight. You don't remember if the rose had thorns or not, but from the way Keith looks at you, I lied. The freaking car was still there the whole time. It just kind of like mellowed out a little bit, but it's gone now. With shining eyes and a gentle smile, it may have not. You finished your food, and so does Keith. He then offers to pay for both orders himself. It's because he invited you, he tells you. And then probably the simple fact that Tenebris probably told him, like, yeah, when we were talking, she bought us ice cream. It doesn't seem like he's going to budge on it, so you let him. When the waitress brings back the check and sets it in front of him, Keith blinks in surprise and picks out an extra piece of paper. What's that? It's her number. Sorry, this is unexpected. He gives you an apologetic look. You want to see what he plans to do with it. You don't really care. You want to see what he plans to do with it. He didn't do anything wrong. There's no need to apologize. He didn't. If somebody shows... So first off, it's disrespectful to me, but he did not disrespect me. She disrespected me. Now, what he does after that, that's where the disrespect and stuff will come in. Like, is he going to talk to her? Is he going to like bypass and just ignore me completely? Like, that's where we're gonna see where Keith is. But I don't think Keith is going to disrespect me at all. He looks a tad distraught as both of you begin to leave. He crumbles a piece of paper in his hand and throws it in a trash can on his way out the restaurant. You could have kept it, Keith. It's okay. You're about to bid him goodbye, but you notice him nervously fidgeting in place and glancing around. Would you mind if I walked you home? Oh, sure. Is something the matter? No. I just heard some scary rumors recently, and I'd rather make sure you stayed safe on your way back. That's nice of you. So, you make your way back together. However, this time, he is much less chatty. He seems on edge the whole time. Every few seconds, his eyes would dart around as if in a search of something in particular. Oh no. I think our coworker is following us. Like he got curious on what we were doing, and because we didn't talk to him, he's probably following us. What kind of rumors did he hear to make him this worried? Keith? Are you okay? Huh? Yes, I'm fine. Are you sure? I feel like something is bothering you. It's not even dark out. Why are you so worried? Ah, it's nothing. Don't worry about it. Keith, if you were going to tell anybody, this is the time where you should be telling me why you're so worried. smiles, but it isn't very convincing. Since it doesn't sound like he'll tell you what the actual problem is, you decide to leave it be. The rest of the way you spent in silence. You only turn to speak to him again when you've reached the door to your apartment complex. I had fun. Can't see Tenebris now. Just go. I have fun. Don't be mean to him. Hearing that, his smile turns to a more genuine one. I had fun too, and I hope there will be a next time. I'm sure there will be. I'll keep in touch. You wave goodbye to him as he leaves. As you go inside, you're hit by an odd feeling. Something is about to happen, but you aren't sure what. Did you forget anything in the restaurant? You don't think so. Maybe something you shouldn't done before you left? Like lock your windows and stuff? You reach your door, unlock it, take off your shoes and coat, put away your keys, and begin to walk around your apartment looking for anything that might be amiss. You find nothing. Maybe Keith's behavior rubbed off on you. You just need to relax. This is what you begin to do. But 20 minutes later, after you've changed clothes and made yourself busy with other things, you hear a loud ringing sound. Someone is buzzing your apartment. That's odd. You weren't expecting anyone. Oh no. I really think that our is following us. If not, I think Tenebris is losing his mind. It's just me. It could very well be a prank, but you decide to check anyway. You begrudgingly make your way to the front door and press a tap button on the intercom. I don't know why I got a weird feeling in my stomach when I read that. The ringing stops, now allowing your voice to come through on the other end. Yes? You hear a shuffling sound, then a grunt, followed by what you believe is a man's voice shouting further away from the intercom, then silence. All the anxiety you've been working on, pushing away earlier, is now returning, doubled. Hello? More silence. Ignore it, go downstairs and check. Oh! For the content, I'm gonna check. In real life, I would never do this, and I bet not ever hear any of y'all doing this. We're gonna go downstairs and check. It's hard to tell what's happening on the other end. You're suddenly hit by the desire to head down there to see for yourself. Just do it. You want to. Yes, you do. Whew, here we go. You put on your coat and head down. There was nobody at the entrance of the apartment building. This was pointless. It was probably just some kids playing a prank. But wait. Don't go just yet. How about checking the alley on the right? Yeah, down that way. Keep going. Just a little further. Do you hear it? It's the sound of someone ripping something apart. It's flesh being torn. You turn the corner. Oh my goodness! Who is he getting? Tenebris stands over a man drenched in blood. A wicked grin stretches over his face, opening up his mouth to an inhumane degree. Oh no! In his hand, he clutches the man's internal organs. You recognize this guy. He's the one you bumped into. He took down someone that big with his bare hands? No, he didn't just take him down. He slaughtered him. Tenebris? He freezes on the spot. His grin falls as his eyes meet yours. Tenebris, what are you doing? This is not what I want you to do to protect me. Beat him up, but don't rip his insides out. Why? He was going to. He stutters as he drops the bloody mess in his hands, as if burnt by it. Oh, Tenebris! Oh, Tenebris! Dang it! The explanation isn't going to help. I can't prove that I was doing it for you or that he wanted to hurt you. Run and call the police? I don't want to run and call the police. There's no other option. You don't know how you're going to escape such a thing, but you try it out anyway. Oh my God. I didn't want to do that. But I don't want him to go around murdering people for me. That's a no-no. So you run as fast as your legs can take you, out of the alley, down the street where there's people around to come to your aid. He doesn't follow. The police don't find anything in the alley when they arrive to search it. Not even blood traces. You must have forgotten you're dealing with a fae, a creature of trickery. Well, he's not going to bother you anymore. Safe in, you escaped them. What? Oh, no. I think I'm gonna... I got another ending. And it's not even one I like. I wouldn't have done that in real life. If I had saw him doing that, I would have talked to him and told Tenebris, like, maybe you shouldn't hurt people, right? Don't hurt people to try to, you know, protect me. I mean, hurt them if you're gonna hurt them. Like, if they're trying to hurt me, hurt them. But don't kill them. Okay? Don't take a life, okay? But, I don't want this to run too long. I'm gonna try to go in and see what happens if I just stay upstairs. So this time I'm gonna ignore it. It's only a dumb prank, you tell yourself, or maybe someone simply pressed the wrong button by accident. Either way, there's no need to give it extra attention. I'm so angry at that last ending. You turn away from the intercom. It doesn't ring again. Eventually, the anxious feeling goes away. You do a few chores. So at least we know now why Keith was looking back and forth, because he realized that the dude we bumped into was following us, and why he had that crappy grin on his face. I thought it was my coworker. I'm not even gonna joke. I thought it was the coworker potentially following us, but it wasn't. It was that dude we accidentally bumped into and we said sorry to, and he had that scary grin on his face. Oh no. You do a few chores, eat dinner, take a shower. You forget about the man buzzing your apartment. Then, as you're about to start getting ready for bed, you hear a thud. It takes you a moment to register where it came from. The neighbors? But it felt more like it came from the hallway. Your heart is suddenly thumping loudly in your chest. A knot forms in your throat. What are you so afraid of? Strangeness happen all the time in a building full of people. For a second time, you make your way into the hallway. You open the door, turn on the light. There's nothing there. You're about to go back when you hear something from the kitchen. You squint your eyes at the darkness past the threshold. Is Tenebris in our kitchen again? It does not give away what made the sound. It continues. It's as if something is rolling on the floor until... Oh my God! What the... Okay, calm down, Voyia, calm down. Don't freak out yet. Scream, grab something, anything. Grab something, anything. Your mind races. Someone's in the apartment. Someone who killed a man, and whoever it is, they are trying to toy with you before they kill you too. You rush to the dresser in the hallway and yank out a drawer where you've hidden a big knife ever since Tenebris incident. Yes. Now armed with a proper weapon, you step back into the living room without taking your eyes off the kitchen entrance. The bless? Jesus, y'all know I'm messing up already. I'm scared. I was so scared because I think the guy got in the house because we didn't check. The best place you can find to hide is the bathroom. After checking to make sure it's empty, with the door locked and the knife clenched tightly in your hands, you call the emergency number. 15 excruciating minutes. I'm so scared. I'm oh, that scared me. I don't know why that scared me. It was just a rolling head on the floor, and not attached to a body. 15 excruciating minutes later, the police arrived. They searched the apartment, but no trace of any severed head or decapitators can be found. Not even a drop of blood. There are no signs of a break-in either. You answer all their questions, trying to convince them you truly did see a man's head rolling on the floor. You're quite certain they think you're insane. Ultimately, you're left standing alone in your apartment again. You've seen it. It was real. You're sure of it. You aren't crazy. You stay at your friend's place that night. Oh, goodness gracious. Well, at least we're safe, I guess, in a sense, right? And I don't like how the date passed by like that so fast. And then how it's taking a long time to load up and stuff. Yeah, okay, I was making sure that that's what I saw. But that's going to do it for me, you guys. Thank you so much. Oh my God. What could have... I don't want to point all ties to Tenebris, but he's just proven that he can kill. And at least we got an ending, I guess. I'm so scared. I'm so scared. I'm so scared. But we're going to see what happens on date 4. I think this is date 4. I'm sorry. I was not paying attention, but I think this is date 4. We're going to see what happens on date 4. So thank you guys so much. I truly appreciate it. Oh goodness gracious. I got chills. Peace and love. Stay safe out there, everybody. Bye.